Finding the perfect piece of art for your home can be downright intimidating, but it doesn't have to be if you take a few simple things into consideration. And TAM Stone with TAM Stone Interiors is here to help us out. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
All right, now a lot of us are thinking ahead. We're looking ahead to spring. We may want to do some things indoors.
Yeah.
How should we go about doing that? What are some easy ways?
Well, I have a few rules when you're, not rules, but guidelines, I guess, for when you're selecting art. And one of the things is don't try to match your room, your decor of your room to your art. Some of the most fantastic rooms are classically architecture designed rooms, but then they're filled with either ethnic artwork or very contemporary artwork. So don't be limited like that. Really select artwork that you love. And then also make sure that you mix your styles, periods, mediums within a space. So if you had a whole room full of watercolors, it would be a little bit flat and boring. So you want to mix. The main thing that I kind of look at when I'm looking to add art to a room is I look at the space I'm trying to fill, and I allow that scale to really dictate what I'm trying to do. If I have a long, narrow space, for example, then I might consider something like sculpture as opposed to wall art like we think about it, or maybe a series of prints that are hung vertically or something like that.
To kind of add a little bit of depth or length to the room.
Let the architecture of the room define what you need space-wise.
And so, and with technology nowadays, there's certain ways that you can probably plan or put together your whole entire room without going to the store, without spending the money, taking it home and having to go through the return process because you didn't like it once you got it home.
Yeah, this is one of my designer tricks, and I love it. I love sharing it with my clients and friends, anyone who has PowerPoint, which I think most people from about 10 years old to 60 know how to use PowerPoint these days. And all I do is when I am heading out to purchase artwork, I will take a photograph of my space where I want the art to be, and I'll find something. I'll say, oh my gosh, I absolutely love that. I will photograph the artwork as well. So what we've got here in this image is we've got a dining room that I was doing for the Kansas City Show House a couple of years ago, and I just took that photograph literally on my phone, not top quality or anything. And then I've got some pieces that I found that I just added, and then I drop and drag them in. So you can see what this longhorn now looks like on this particular image, and then I drop and drag in the tulips, and you see how the space changes and how it looks different just by using those different pieces of artwork. And so I was deciding between those two pieces, and I really wanted the longhorn to work, and it did. And I was so thrilled. And this is actually the finished room, and the reason that I didn't pick the other pieces because I knew I had chartreuse draperies in there. I knew I had a really eye-catching floor, and so having a really large-scale piece in the background made it work. So you can actually see what the artwork looks like before you ever have it in the room.
Brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. Well, Tam, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Dave.